Show here live on Wednesday, November 12th from north of the beautiful state of North Carolina here on the Nick Weitoish Show at Sleeper Sports Media. And we got some interesting stuff to talk about here, starting things off with a new announcement from WWE and Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment. There was a press release that was put out today. They just announced that they are now in a partnership for the two with merch deals and sports and entertainment, much like the Indianapolis sports entertainment deal. Takeaway from this is just that it's going to bring more events to Canada, more events to Toronto, and everything like that for the WWE here. So that's a quick thing to start there. I'll get this full press release. They broke it down into decent pictures here, and I'll get those posted to the channel here in just a little bit. On time today for once, a little bit late, but on time today for lunch, and then getting the show started here. Looks like no one's joined in yet. Hopefully a couple people roll in and we have some fun today. But if not, then it is what it is. We'll just do a quick review of the Monday Night Raw results, talk about NXT last night, and then preview, of course, Blood and Guts is tonight. I don't have the graphics yet. I didn't see them, but I wanted to jump on before it got too late and made the show too short. So the Raw results, of course, from Monday Night Raw the other night. As I switch back here to the regular background, here we go. And there we go. We got one like. Papa John is here in the building. Thank you. Appreciate it. Always showing up, showing out. Couple minutes into the show, so just wanted to talk about the Raw results. We also finally got the build to the women's War Games match. They did a very poor job in actually building to the show for the women's side up until Monday night, and the teams that they chose are very much incomplete, and we still have to wait to see who else they're going to add to these teams. So Cena did defeat Dom, became the Intercontinental Champion. Of course, we talked about that last night on the show yesterday. So Cena's now finally a Grand Slam champion. And I think this could set up something that if Sheamus were to not win his next match, since he did win and advanced in the Last Time Is Now tournament, you could do Cena versus Sheamus at Survivor Series War Games and have Sheamus beat Cena for the IC title, and then they both become Grand Slam champions. And Cena doesn't need to go into Saturday night's main event with the title, because that would, I think, unless they actually have someone on the main roster already, beat him and then take that title, which, again, the way that it's looking, the way that people are talking, and more than likely what they're probably going to do is they're probably going to have Gunther, unfortunately, win the tournament. He is returning, and that was announced. So at least they didn't waste a surprise on him. But we do have Ibrahim Rad won. Hey buddy, how's your day going? Pretty good. Day's gone by super quick. Conso 2 said, hey, what's up? Hi, how are you? Hope you guys will sub and double tap the screen as you come in. Helps us out so much. Sends us out into the algorithm to get more people in here to chat and talk some WWE on this fine Wednesday. Before we jump in and preview AEW Blood and Guts, which is taking place in the beautiful state of North Carolina in Greensboro. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get there, but I'm going to watch it on TV from the comfort and warmth of my couch at my home. So that is the plan. Sheamus versus Cena at Survivor Series. Sheamus gets IC title. That would be my thought. That would be the way to go. I mean, we know Cena is scheduled for Survivor Series. I could see them either doing that. That's if they add Jimmy and Roman to the War Games match and to Team Punk, which at this point I don't want. But Cena being added to that team would be the only other person that I could think that they would do. Cena and Roman over Jimmy and Roman, but I think it makes sense to include the three bloodline, which does last year's War Games match, Punk teamed with the Bloodline, so they could keep going around that, and then it could lead to that's how we get back on track to either Roman winning the Rumble and picking Cody, or winning Elimination Chamber and picking CM Punk. I don't think these teases and the hints that have been laid down were for absolutely nothing from Roman sitting in between those two in the promo video for WrestleMania 42. Stephanie Vaquer defeated Raquel Rodriguez, and Nikki Bella finally turned heel, finally attacked her. Everyone knew that it was coming. Everyone was just waiting, and we finally got it. I think they're going to run that at Survivor Series War Games in San Diego, with Stephanie Vaquer beating Nikki Bella at a big time PLE would be great. It would help her title reign, which I can't believe she's already held the title for 50 days, and has had now 2 title defenses, I believe. So we also have the Kabuki Warriors defeated Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. This led into the build and the start, seemingly the announcement of the women's team. So Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss would lose. Nia Jax and Lash Legend would come out, and then Io and Rhea would also make their way to the ring. Rhea would be returning. It's been a while since we saw Io Sky. She returns as well. And then for the 5th member, since we have 4 members each, as of Monday, I think AJ joining the babyface team, and then Becky Lynch joining the heel team makes sense. Those two were kind of feuding. We do know that Maxine Dupree will take on Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental title next week on Raw, so AJ Lee could return and cost Becky the title, or just cause a disqualification, and then Becky retains the title, but they still put those two there. I don't think Maxine won 2 matches via disqualification and via count out. So for her to win another one, I think you can kind of wrap the bow on that and then send her on her way. But that would be AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. That could set up that feud after Survivor Series going into Saturday night's main event. I'm lagging. I apologize if I'm lagging. A lot of talk on blogs. LA Knight winning Royal Rumble. Yeah, I would not mind it. I would not mind it if LA Knight won the Rumble. But he would have to choose Punk. He would have to choose Punk, and I would be okay with that. It just makes sense. He's had more interactions with Punk than with Cody. I know you said I'm lagging. Hopefully I'm okay. My service is good today, so I don't know where the lagging would be coming from. So hopefully that's fixed. Message deleted, viewed. What? Oh, thank you, Papa John. I appreciate that for blocking the hater there, blocking the haters' comments there. But yes, Becky Lynch and AJ Lee getting added to War Games. I think that makes sense. Jimmy Uso and Roman getting added to Punk's team, and then Brock Lesnar, unfortunately, and Austin Theory, I think, is still going to be the 2 that are added to the Vision. We saw Logan Paul officially join the Vision. We know he's in that spot now. Maxine wins the title because of AJ Lee distraction. Scenario where Maxine wins, AJ versus Becky will be on its own. I appreciate it, and that's why y'all are mods. Tristan is usually here. He'll probably join a little bit later, or maybe watch it back here. So much appreciated, Papa John, for looking out for me. Definitely appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see Maxine as ready for a title. She's still not on Raw frequently, and she's gotten better in the ring, but we haven't seen what she can actually do on the mic while cutting a promo or whatever. We've seen her backstage segments. That's a different thing, but I don't think she's ready. I think Becky should hold the title a little bit, and if anything, it should be Becky against AJ, and then AJ takes that title from her, and then we could have AJ versus Nikki Bella for the Women's Intercontinental title, maybe at the Royal Rumble or something. But I don't think Maxine is ready. I don't think she's ready for a title. It's a push for Maxine only because her fiance being on LFG. I did not know that. Uh, I didn't know that. I don't get a chance to watch LFG, so I know that Skylar Ray made her debut on NXT last night. She was the winner of LFG season 2, so I might have to go back and watch LFG someday. I'm not a fan of the reality spin on the shows like that. So, but yeah, Stephanie would defeat Raquel. Nikki Bella turned heel. The Kabuki Warriors defeated Charlotte and it's a transfer of title. Somewhat exactly. I don't like when they flip flop titles. I don't like when they play hot potato with the titles. Maxine isn't ready for a title, and that's just where we're at. Um, Rusev would defeat Damian Priest, which was interesting that they had SmackDown talent over on Raw. All right, yeah. Thank you, Papa John, for being on top of that. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're gonna just I mean, yeah, we're gonna just if he does it again, just block him. We're gonna just hide user on the channel. There won't be any more of that. Definitely won't be any more of that. Yeah. Hide user. Yeah. I don't even care if we gotta yeah, if you go take that shit somewhere else. If you are seriously sitting there with 87 channels doing the same type of shit, I mean, just no. We're not this is not the place. This is not the place. I mean, this is crazy. But back to the action here. Logan Paul officially joined. Yeah, we're not gonna play these games. I don't care if I have to keep doing it or the mods have to keep doing it. Just instantly, they're doing the same thing. It's obviously one person sitting on 75 accounts here. So it. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that here. And if we have to change the chat to subscribers only, I definitely will do that. But men's war games right now is Team Punk, CM Punk. Unfortunately, Cody Rhodes is on the team. We saw him congratulate Cena after winning. And Cena, of course, thanks champ or QB or whatever it was. Yeah, we're this is crazy. This is insane. But yeah, Papa John, you got it from here. Just instantly hide them from the channel. But CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso against Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Logan Paul. I think Jimmy Uso and Roman Reigns are going to be the two to join. Punk's team and Austin Theory and Brock Lesnar are going to be the two to join the Vision. Nikki Bella and Stephanie, I think that's going to go down at Survivor Series. I think they could do Dom and Ray at Survivor Series. Report them. Let's see. Yeah, Dom and Ray, they could do it Survivor Series. They could I would hope that they would give Dom a rematch and maybe do a triple threat at Survivor Series. Dom or a fatal four-way. Dom, Sheamus, Cena, and Ray at this point. And then you could have Sheamus pin Cena and Dom and Ray be involved in the match, but then have those two spill out to the ring and start brawling so they're not involved in the decision. And then you could run Sheamus as IC champ for a little bit, and then you could run Dom and Ray in a feud. Once that finishes, you could have Dom finally get his rematch against Sheamus and win back the IC title, giving Sheamus the Grand Slam champion, giving Sheamus a nice run with the IC title, giving Dom and Ray another story, another feud. Thank you, Papa John. I appreciate it. You're always on top of things. Much, much appreciated. And then you could do, it would be a way to have Cena also defend the title, and then you go in, and then his retirement match is just that. He absolutely should put someone over in his retirement match, in his final match. Who that's going to be, we don't know yet. And it's tough for me to say who I think it should be because as of right now, I mean, someone like a Braun Breaker is not in the tournament. I know Javon Evans versus Gunther and Solo Sikoa versus a mystery opponent were announced on Raw that will be the ones. I think they'll be happening on Raw next week, I believe. And then we'll find the match. I forget the matches. The second match for SmackDown on Friday, but LA Knight versus a mystery opponent. So we now have two mystery opponents in the tournament: LA Knight versus someone, and then it's another matchup for SmackDown that's been announced, but I can't remember was who was involved. I think it was someone on Raw that's going to be competing on. I think it's Jey Uso versus I can't think of Solo versus outside talent, or mystery opponent, whatever. Who is Jay facing on SmackDown? Which could be a way that Jay could see Jimmy and then bring it back to getting Roman involved. So they could be doing that. But Raw next week is at Madison Square Garden. I think that's where Roman returns to confirm that he will be involved in War Games. But it's Jey Uso against someone that I can't remember. Jay is also facing a mystery opponent. Okay. So then so it's LA Knight and Jay both facing a mystery opponent then, Papa John? I could not remember for the life of me. I don't know why I couldn't think or remember. Because I know Solo is as well. Gunther and Javon Evans. Yeah, I couldn't remember for the life of me who he's facing, but I won't doubt you. So, yeah, that was Raw. There are 4 mystery opponents. Okay, so I have 3. It was grab your beer. Okay. Wow, that's let me grab your beer. All right. That's interesting. My wife wouldn't like that too much. But no, Papa John, I had Sheamus and Nakamura, which happened last night. That was the first round matchup. Rusev and Priest was also the first round matchup. Javon Evans versus Gunther was announced. Solo Sikoa versus a mystery opponent was announced. LA Knight versus a mystery opponent was announced on Friday. And then Jey Uso versus who was also announced. I don't think he's going to face Nick Aldis. I don't see Nick Aldis being involved in this. I think that would be a waste. That would definitely be a waste. That's going to bug the crap out of me here. Give me 1 second. Versus the Miz was announced for SmackDown this week. So the first matchup will be LA Knight, a mystery opponent, and then Jey Uso versus the Miz. That's what it was. And I know what you mean. I see you said rumored for sure. I wouldn't like that, and I don't want that, just like I don't want Gunther to end up being the one to win this thing. So we'll know the last 4 matchups of the first round this Friday on SmackDown when they announce those. Hopefully more NXT talent is involved. I mean, so far everyone that they showed in the video going in is they were all already in matches, and then we have, so that's 12, and then we had the 4 or no, that's 10, and then we had 2 mystery opponents, so we could get 2 more with the additional with those additional 2 matchups that we have. I know what you mean, The Miz. Yep, I see you. I got you there. We're about 20 minutes in. We spent a good chunk of change talking about Raw. So going over and talking about NXT last night, which was good. I missed some of it. I caught the tail end of it. But Thea Hale, she deserves a big push. Like so does Ethan Page. Why is Trick Williams still on NXT? I don't understand that at all. He loses a last man standing match against Ricky Saints. Obafemi returns. I know a lot of people are saying they think it's going to be Obafemi. Will be involved in the last man stand or the last time is now tournament. That's great and everything. He's definitely got the look, got the presentation, but charisma, I don't see it there. You think they're gonna wait that long still? I mean, I don't see why he couldn't just go up now. Show up to SmackDown and say that he wants in the last time is now tournament at this point. That would also put him on SmackDown with Carmelo Hayes, and then that would be super interesting to run that feud back or see how they would interact, especially with Trick talking to Kalani Jordan, who we know is with Carmelo Hayes. And you know, they could squash their beef and run it as a tag team, be another great tag team for SmackDown. Or they could he could be an answer to the next open challenge for Ilya Dragunov and run that back. I'm sure they've had history in NXT. Yeah, I mean, as far as the last time is now tournament goes, I mean, I don't know, the surprises better be worth it for them to leave so many surprises unknown. They want to officially end the feud with Ricky Saints first. They had a last man standing match. The feud should be done and over with. Ricky is going on to Obafemi. I don't see how he gets out of that one alive and still champion. But Trick, Ethan Page, Thea Hale, they could all be called up. Fatal Influence, they could be called up. They need to bring the draft back and actually do the draft right. They need to, if they're going to include NXT talent in the draft, then they need to have the draft on all 3 nights. Do one night for each show, and do like 3 or 4 rounds per show. Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and just do 2 picks or 2 rounds for each show per night. So that's 6 rounds total. You could definitely get a good chunk of the roster onto their brands, and then after each show is over, just do the next couple rounds until everyone on Raw, SmackDown, and NXT is on a roster. And then you can keep Evolve and LFG separate. They're the developmental to the developmental. You can have NXT maybe then have their own draft and take talent from there to get called up. Hey, Glass, my blue is bulletproof. Honestly, they need to bring back the original Survivor Series and have NXT be a part of it. Absolutely, they do. 1,000%. I loved it. I like traditional Survivor Series over War Games 1,000%. I mean, it's fun. It is fun, but they should at least do every other year. And do every other year and make the War Games match main roster, and then the next year do NXT. Then the next year main roster, and just go back and forth. That way you have William Regal go back to NXT and do his, say the thing, which he did on Monday. And it would just be a lot of fun that way. It would be more fun than what they're doing now. So that's that. NXT was good. Raw was good. I give them both 7 out of 10. Nia Jax and Lash Legend, they're really running with this thing with Lash Legend being called up. Trick Williams should be next. Thea Hale should be called up next. Ethan Page should be on the main roster with Chelsea Green. Fatal Influence, they should get up there, add another tag team to the women's tag team division. The titles are finally where they should be. Charlotte, thanks to Alexa. They should take a dive again, get more teams up on the main roster. Ren Sinclair and Kendall Gray, you could have them run as a tag team and be involved and get get those two up on a Raw or SmackDown. Um, I mean, Kendall Gray is the Evolve Women's Champion, but she's been on NXT for weeks and weeks and weeks. Insane Sun Gamer, I appreciate you coming back. I apologize if I missed your comment before. I was on a roll there with what we were talking about, Raw and everything like that. But I appreciate you being here nonetheless. We had a couple clowns in the comments, so shout out to Papa John for taking care of those idiots there. Blue is bulletproof. Hey, glasses. All right. I mean, if that's the best insult you can come up with today, then so be it. But yeah, so NXT was good. Raw was good. We finally got the build to Survivor Series. We're 2.5 weeks away. I'm pumped for it. I really, really am. But they really dropped the ball once again with waiting for that one. Other news that I saw right before I jumped on here. This is from Fightful on Facebook. Roman Reigns and CM Punk are voices for characters in Zootopia 2. So I can't wait to take my stepdaughter to that and listen to them. I don't think I've seen Zootopia. I think I watched it once, so I'll have to go back and watch that. This was in a Facebook group. You see here, WrestlePulse shared their prediction matches for Survivor Series. I pretty much like them all. The first one being the men's War Games match, which we talked about. Cena is featured, and this is their prediction. I don't think it's going to be Cena and Roman. I think it's going to be Jimmy and Roman, and then the other three that we talked about. There's the women's War Games teams. You see Becky and AJ there, and then we got Ray versus Dom. We got Stephanie and Nikki Bella. This one I don't agree with. They had a last man standing match, and to me that's enough to end that feud. If anything, this should be a mixed match tag. Maybe Damian and Lola against Alistair and Zelina. And then Gold Rush was put up there. These are the not the greatest graphics to go off of that. So yeah, I got it. This is not my only channel being a mod. I appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. Same. Well, I definitely appreciate you guys being here and being a part of it. Get back to that. No, still here. Now it's on loop. Gonna have to restart the stream. No, I'm still here. I was just checking on something. I was trying to find the AW graphics for Blood and Guts, vertical ones, but I couldn't find them. The Blood and Guts matches are on. Blood and Guts is tonight on TBS and HBO Max. Or if you're Papa John, you have the cool website to watch that one. Watch it for free. But the 6-on-6 for a loop for me for a hot minute. I'm not sure what happens whenever I pause it. If it just shows, if it does the same thing like this, where let's see. Dang, now I can't even turn my camera off. But yeah, Blood and Guts is tonight. We have Hangman Adam Page versus Powerhouse Hobbs, and then we have the Blood and Guts matches themselves. It's scheduled to be about 2.5 hour show, so we're gonna get a 30-minute overrun. I haven't seen anything else being added to the show tonight besides what's already been advertised for the Blood and Guts matches, and then the World Heavyweight Championship match, Powerhouse Hobbs and Hangman Adam Page. I don't know if they're going to continue the Women's Tag Team Championship tournament with those matches tonight. When you take a phone call or text message, Facebook matches for longer than 30 seconds, it can cause the stream to loop. 50 out of 50 chance to screw up the stream. Hopefully there's no issues. Like I said, my service is pretty good today. For once. So hopefully everything is okay. Again, I got about 20 minutes before I have to go back, so won't be the full hour today, but we're gonna do our best to get there. I wanted to find the graphics, but I couldn't check and see, couldn't find anything to show that we were we have anything else announced for War Games, or not War Games, but Blood and Guts. And then SmackDown, of course, we already talked about what to expect there. So that pretty much covers both sides for wrestling, AEW and WWE. Went about strong 30 minutes. The only other thing I can think of is that I did start to watch a new show. We talked about Tulsa King in the episode the other day. I started to watch a new show, Blue Bloods, which is the spinoff of Blue Bloods, which is Boston Blue, which is on Paramount Plus. Or again, if you have the website from Papa John there, you can watch it for free. Shout out to you. So that was a very, very good show. Good first episode. Great first episode. First couple episodes. I'm on episode 2. So I watch a little bit more of that and start to review those. Still trying to get caught up on SVU and Chicago PD and Fire. Some great shows in the fall. The Steelers let me down on Sunday night. So they made a couple other moves, some signings and everything. Blue Bloods is a good show. I never watched it. I watched it a little bit, and I tried to watch it from the jump from season 1, episode 1. But I just it doesn't hold my attention like SVU does, and I think it's because of the characters. There's a lot of moving pieces right away. So maybe one day I'll go back and watch it from the beginning. And if anything, it'll just be a show that I put on for background noise and just let it play through. And if I'm not paying full attention to it, at least I'll get the gist of who is who, and then I can watch the last couple seasons, because I think they did end that one and then started out with the spinoff of Boston Blue. So it's very interesting to see how they did the spinoff there. The showrunner of both Blue Bloods and SVU is Republican. Okay, yeah, we don't that's interesting. What's up, Tyler? How are you? Thank you for joining us here and double tapping the screen. I appreciate it. We're at 4 likes. Man, if we could get to 10, that would be awesome. We did just barely miss. I think we had like 6 likes or 8 likes. Got really close to the goal of 10 yesterday, which it's kind of crazy that we had a decent amount of chat going, but it was only showing 86 views. So, like a new show, Fire Country. Yep, I do watch that one. Behind on that one too. So, at some point, probably in December, when I have a lot of time off, I will be catching up on those shows. When I'm not entertaining my stepdaughter like I did yesterday. Went out and got my wife's oils, did an oil change for my wife, and then was entertaining the stepdaughter. We were playing Minecraft, so maybe keep your eyes out for some Minecraft streams. Spinoff is Sheriff Country. Yes, I watched up to episode 2 of Sheriff Country. I like to let a couple episodes build up and everything. And then we will I watch them all at one time. So Maybub Poglu, where are you from? Like Papa John said, I'm from North Carolina. Thank you for joining us for the first time. I hope you'll sub. I hope you'll double tap the screen, give us a like, and get this out into the algorithm to get to other people that want to talk and chat here with us about the wrestling and also entertainment, movies and TV shows, all that good stuff. So we talked about this earlier. I threw it up here earlier, but this one right here, there was another report saying that Roman Reigns has been confirmed to be represented by Paradigm, which a lot of the WWE talent that are into movies and filming and all that stuff, they're also represented by Paradigm Agency. So that was pretty interesting. We talked about the new partnership for WWE and Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment. There's that. What you do, mostly wrestling, TV shows, movies, just like Papa John said there. So we plan of attack, or what you can expect on this channel, is live videos every single day, live streams every single day for at least an hour. Um, and then we also do daily uploads as well. What professionally, what do I do? I work at a bank. I'm a banker and a teller. Um, I'm a banker and teller. I work at a bank, and I also do this. I am monetized over on Facebook, so I do get paid for doing this type of stuff. Um, just trying to get unlock that first level here on YouTube to also get paid on YouTube for this. Papa John's pizza owner, also own a big Texas barbecue restaurant. Oh man, that sounds really really good. I had Papa John's on Saturday night when my family was in town, and we had a lot of fun. Good pizza. So thought of you right away there, Papa John. Appreciate it, and still love your pizza. I think that'll be a running joke forever. But I know you're in the Houston area there. I've never been to Texas, so it would be fun to get out there one day. Maybe one day I'll get out there. But um, yeah, we got it. Gonna finish up strong here. Gonna be another shorter episode, so I will get a more in-depth. I didn't get a chance to do this for NXT last night, but I'll get a more in-depth video out about Blood and Guts. Hopefully they put out a couple more matches and let us know what we have planned for tonight at AEW in Greensboro. I know they announced Ricky Steamboat and Ric Flair will both be there on the show. I think they said they'll be on commentary. It's interesting that Ric Flair is still with AEW. But yeah, I mean it's because they stopped promoting his energy drink for a while, so I thought that part of his deal ran out. Nick, I think there's only 3 matches tonight. Yeah, that's what I've seen so far there, Tyler. I don't know if they've announced anything else. I don't know if they will announce anything else. We could see the women's tag title tournament continue. Blood and Guts is advertised. What were the other 3 matches, Papa John? What were the other 3 matches? Because I only saw 3, which was the world title and then both Blood and Guts matches. Yeah, we're gonna give you a timeout. We're gonna give you a timeout for a minute. Because yeah, I appreciate being your favorite streamer, but yeah, that other part, not true. I'm happily married to my beautiful wife, and she's been on the channel for many times. So there's no question on that one. 3 regular matches, 2 Rumble type matches, supposedly a ladder, but it was rumored. Oh, Tyler, you saw that too. Regular matches. Well, the world title match, and then the 2 Blood and Guts matches. 2 Rumble type matches. I know they talked about the Casino Gauntlet match that's going to be at Full Gear, and that will crown the new AEW National Champion. So they're adding another title to AEW, which they need a new title. Like I need, like Cody needs the Avengers to help him beat Roman Reigns. We got about 10 minutes here, and I'm gonna wrap it up. But yes, we will. We'll be back again live tomorrow on Thursday to talk about the fallout from Blood and Guts, and then take a closer look at find a contender for their international champ. Okay, I think I do remember them talking about that. And it makes sense that if they're gonna have longer matches and then have the overrun of 2.5 hours. I did see them announce that it will be a 2.5 hour special event. So they did get the approved overrun. Of course, Tony probably just paid for it. So Other news tying into HBO Max and AEW and Warner Bros. Discovery, TBS, and TNT. It's going to be interesting to see what happens to HBO Max and AEW if Warner Bros. Discovery does sell, or Warner Bros. Does sell, because apparently their CEO had confirmed that all the sports on HBO Max have not been doing very well. So, opposed to what is said with the AEW views and ratings for the streaming on HBO Max, the numbers are included or not included with TNT and TBS. It's it's wow. It's it just goes to show you that having the option to simulcast on HBO Max versus just going to HBO Max, I mean that shows you everything you need to know. Paramount has been rumored to be in talks with Warner Bros. They've made 3 or 4 offers now, and Warner Bros. Has turned down every single one, which is interesting. Netflix apparently is. I saw a couple of different things that they were interested, that they weren't interested, that they're only interested in the library of stuff. They're not interested in anything else. But I also saw Paramount Plus is going to be raising their prices, as HBO Max did. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the streaming wars and where we are with it right now. YouTube TV and Disney Plus also still at odds with everything going on there. But yes, Paramount, they've offered, I think, 3 or 4. They've made 3 or 4 offers. Paramount is asking for exclusive rights to film and produce DCU, which is crazy because Warner Bros. Has dropped the ball with the DC universe and the movies and everything. They ran The Rock right out of the DCU for real. I saw him in an interview. He was asked about Black Adam, and he enjoyed making it and doing that, but I don't think he's going to return to the DCU at any point, which is still crazy to me to think that The Rock I mean, it makes sense, but it's funny that was kind of a turning point of his career. Hasbro, another wow. That would be someone that would be a company that comes out of nowhere. Because when I see them, I just think of toys. I don't think of like media or movies or TV shows or anything like that. But speaking, I said about Disney Plus earlier, I saw the Toy Story 5 first teaser trailer that comes out in June of next year. It's going to be a very interesting story there. Hasbro does. Oh, that's true. I forgot about that. And those are on Paramount Plus. So, I mean, maybe Hasbro and Paramount can, combined, can go and make an offer for Warner Bros. That they can't refuse. For that one, I forgot that they are involved with the Transformers franchise. That definitely is interesting there. Yeah, this was another great show. We talked about a lot, covered a lot. Thank you, Papa John. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you, Gaming, Insane Sun Gaming. I appreciate you guys for being there and holding it down in the chat, keeping the idiots away. I got about 5 minutes left before I have to go back in here, and hopefully the rest of the day goes by super fast. So we'll see what we have in store for the rest of the day here for me. So I hope everyone else is having a great day, having a great week. Had a great day yesterday. Warner Bros. Doesn't mind selling off. They just want to keep creative control over movies and TVs and games rights, anything dealing with DC. And that makes sense. That does make sense. And it will be interesting to see what would be staying on HBO Max, what would go to Netflix, what would go to Paramount Plus. It would be very interesting because they already have certain movies and titles and TV shows that are on the other platform and everything. For instance, Warner Bros. They did a deal with Netflix that put um, Arrow, Supergirl, and The Flash, all those seasons on Netflix after they were done airing on the CW. So, and I know the CW is their parent company is HBO Max or Warner Bros. Or whatever. But it's going to be interesting to see what they do and what deals actually get done. Warner Bros. Execs already publicly said no to Disney. Okay, well, um, if not Disney, then I think Netflix would. I mean, they've said no to Disney. They've said no to Paramount. The only ones that would be left, I guess, would be Netflix and Amazon Prime, which I think that would be a no-brainer for Jeff Bezos. He could throw, if it comes down to creative control, I think Jeff Bezos could throw a little bit more to get them to swing and get away from needing creative control there. So, got about 3 minutes left. It's going to be another short show today. 45 minutes to an hour is about that sweet spot for me, unless it's the weekend. But again, the weekend shows are going to start to be a little different. I'm going to play around with a few things. So, on the weekends, hopefully starting this weekend, whenever I go live, it might be in the other format. So it might not be in the shorts feed where you find it. So it could look a little different whenever you come to the channel. So if you do have the notification bell turned on and notifications turned on, and so you see when I'm live, you just click that and it'll take you right to me if I am in the other format. So Papa John and anyone else who joins on Saturday or Sunday, let me know if you like that format better or this format better. We're gonna test it out, since they StreamYard has now also implemented the same update as YouTube has, where you can stream in both ways, the vertical and the regular horizontal. So the only viable option is Amazon Prime, Netflix, Hasbro, and if desperate, Paramount. The best option is Paramount. Yeah, I would agree. I think Netflix also has said that they, or at least one of the reports that I saw, they said that they were more interested in just making up doing their own Netflix originals versus buying the rights to, XYZ show. I think that was how they did it with Titans. Titans was on, what's Titans? Was it on USA Network? Or the show Titans was on something, and then HBO Max bought the rights to make it a Max original. And then I think it ended shortly thereafter. So, it'll be interesting to see how they do all that and what comes from it. So, but until tomorrow, I'm Nick Weitoish of The Nick Weitoish Show. This has been Sleeper Sports Media for our daily live show. Titans was on TNT and then moved to HBO Max. Thank you, Papa John. You're my right-hand man. You really, really are. So, but yes, this has been a great show. I appreciate everyone who is here. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And don't forget to watch the daily upload whenever it comes out later this evening. Stay active. Join the Facebook group. Get active in there. Get active on the community tab here on YouTube. Until next time, I will see you tomorrow for our daily live show. This has been the Nick Weitoish Show for November 12th, 2025, here on Sleeper Sports Media. I will catch you next time. Here we go.